Are you still hauling yourself, Bumpa? Oh yeah,
What do you mean?
you're unloading your CMM composites, correct?
Yeah. Why? What's up?
No, I was just wondering.
Yeah. I'm at the new system unloading. So I have to go back to the planet one more time because I'm going to be 1413 CMM composites short. So yeah, I'll be going back
13.
1413. Like I need 1413. So I'll actually be going back twice because I can only hold 1176. So I'll be doing 1176 and then whatever that is, 200 and change.
Oh fuck! I got on the wrong side. I mean, oh darn! I got on the wrong side of the ring.
But I am making a ton of freaking money.
Well, off
So
those CMM composites, you're pulling
yeah,
what? Like you're buying for 5 mil and then
yeah,
selling for.
5.8 mil, and I'm selling for 8 million. Yeah. So overall, though, so I started with 340 million before I started doing all this, and I put 100 million on the carrier, so that left me at 240, and I'm already back up and above. Well, right now I'm not, but when I'm done with this, um, last time I checked, I was at like 360 million, so I made about 120 million before I'm doing this one, so I don't know what it's going to be included after this one. It's building the station. But I think most of the money that I'm making is through in the CMM composites and steel and titanium. And probably the aluminum's going to do a good chunk for me too,
I was going to
because
say steel was a pretty
pretty
high
good chunk,
paying
right?
commodity.
Yeah,
I made probably close to 80 mil just off of that.
yeah.
But I think I still have titanium to haul. So I'm expecting the titanium to
Yeah, bump you up a little more.
pay out pretty good as well. I
Yep,
should
it did.
should be over the 700 mil mark.
When you're done?
Yeah, because I'm at 677,949,000. So
It
I'm
would be really cool if once your station and my station are done, they become traders and we can trade back and forth to make some extra money and then boost our fucking reputations between the two.
right, right.
Yeah.
Well, and that's kind of what I'm hoping, like that we can link those two together.
Yeah.
And I gotta
Find
pay
a
attention.
commodity that you're buying that I'm selling, and then a commodity that I'm selling that you're buying.
I don't want to fly into the big fucking
Yeah.
orange glowy thing.
I hear you.
You can do that if I'm not paying attention. I did earlier, um, before I left to go to the shop, and I'm like, ah, you got to be kidding me. And then of course you've got the FSD cooldown because,
Yep. Should jump out too soon.
yep. Ooh, yep. I don't know. I wish it was only 3 jumps back after I was loaded down, because
Yeah.
those two additional jumps suck ass.
Yeah.
All right. Pull back away from the star, and we're going to, that's Stant Station, right? Yeah, Stant Gateway. And fuck it, let's super cruise in orbit. I really don't like when it tries to go into orbit mode, but do you run all pips on engines?
Yes.
I didn't realize that it made everything faster, but holy shit. I do like how Stant Gateway's down inside that crater, so it's you have something to aim for.
Yeah, that's nice. And when you, well, like, I don't know how it is when you come in from the star, but um, last time I jumped the ship over there, the carrier over, I didn't go into the system map and actually choose the planet. I'm like, oh crap, I'm all the way at the star. It put me all at the star, so I'm like, all right. It wasn't that bad if I wanted to keep jumping that way, but I was coming in onto the station straight at it. So I had no angle. So I'm like, well, that sucked, you know? So then I jumped the carrier over to the planet, and then I got it on, so it was, so I just leave the ship and it goes right to the, it's like right on the side of it, like a 3 o'clock position. So I just do a little roll. I get in there, and then when it came out, I just lift it up on the horizon. You know, I have to go up, you know, to line up your trajectory to leave orbit. But once I get up to speed, I could just kind of go down, super cruise out, boom, boost out, get out of the atmosphere, and boom, right to the ship. So it was really nice last time loading up the carrier, but
See,
there
I
was other
just ran
times when I
into
had to
that
go around
situation where I was coming in almost at a
straight at
12
it.
o'clock position. Yeah, so I had to
Yeah,
kind of whip out and come back around.
yeah, it just sucks.
So when do you? I mean, I try to hit my drop zone right around like 160 to 200 kilometers out. Do you have a
Oh, you
specific
mean
spot
like I always go at 100 to go and do my dive straight down and get into glide mode. I try to get into glide at 100.
at 100?
Yep, that's where I start
All
carving
right,
hard into it.
let me pull hard up then and see how I like that. Yeah,
Because
fuck.
with these
I
ships,
dropped out
it
at
gets,
107.
it drops you out.
Yeah, yeah, I was
Like,
107 kilometers out, but
and what is it? Does it not give you glide mode, or did you get
no, it
glide?
put me in glide.
Yeah,
I didn't realize I
that's
was so
fine.
close to the drop zone.
Yeah, but you know, like I said, I push for 100, but I've gone in at 120, 130, and it's fine. But if I can get it at 100, it seems like that's the best, right? Because you get in there really quick, and it zooms me all the way in till instead of being like 10 clicks out or 12 clicks out when it takes you out, I'm always in like 2 or 3 clicks.
Oh fuck yeah, yeah! Like I just dropped in. I was 6.6 out.
Yep. So you're like right there, so you could just automatically ask for dock and just land.
I'm gonna hand fly this one in. Luckily enough, it put me right at landing pad 2. I just got to remember I've got all pips and engines, so this bitch is kind of quick. Cargo hold at maximum capacity. This is the worst part is leaving the station because
Planet.
because like well, hang on, let me put my hip 290/90 in.
Stupid.
because where it has me jump to is behind the planet, so I have to align with the escape vector
Yep.
and then come out, which sucks. But
So I get the escape vector. I just let it get me up to, where my super, does the countdown, and then you're in Super Cruise.
uh-huh.
And then well, you're jumping out of system. So if your system is visible, then I would just point at it, no matter how it is, even if you're level with the planet, and then just hit J, you'll just jump out.
Yeah, see, my system, the system that I have to jump to, is behind the planet.
Yeah, so you got to jump out and around, right?
Yep. Then I have to kind of like shoot it wide and around.
Yeah.
And I
Well, at that
usually
point,
don't start turning until after I get out of orbital cruise.
yeah, but at that point, you just hit the super cruise real quick, the boost, just to get out of orbit. Then turn your boost off, and then just point that where you got to go and hit J. You don't have a cooldown on it.
That's
That's what.
actually pretty damn smart. I didn't think
Yeah.
about Super Cruise.
Yep. As soon as that thing is finished counting down and you're in super cruise, you just hit the boost. Follow the trajectory. Don't even, just get out of the trajectory right there and just boom, hit the super cruise so you're out of, the atmosphere, and then just jump, get out of that, and then just point towards it and hit J or whatever it is to do your jump. And it just gets you out so much faster. Yeah, you burn up a little bit more fuel, but you're out of there faster. And, you get to scoop it anyway. Okay, I already got it. It's like I leave on the ship, and right away I'm bouncing, doing a roll, because the stupid other ship is underneath my ship, so I got to roll up underneath it without hitting my ship every time.
You know, gonna plow
What
into
am I
your ship and
pointing at?
cost yourself a couple 100,000.
Yeah, I
No
am
big
not
deal.
seeing this on the ridicule. Why? Destination. Oh, there we go.
I don't know why, but it seems like every time, like when you jump, does it ever fly? Like to me, it looks like you're flying through a nebula. The way the colors change.
Yeah.
Yeah, it almost looks like you're flying through a nebula. Your grandkids still there?
They went home.
I was gonna say I didn't hear him playing Minecraft, so
So, I was on early this morning, and Alex came in. I want to say about 10 o'clock. He was playing for a little while I was just still sleeping. I slept late, and his father said, "You got to go to basketball." So we had basketball practice today. So he went out. I got on for a while. When they got back from basketball practice, both boys got well. Yeah, both boys got on, and Alex wanted to build a creeper farm. So, Papa, can you please get on and build a creeper farm? And I was like, I was so tired from doing, all I was doing was leaving the planet, going back to my ship, leaving the planet, go back to my ship, leave the planet, go back to my ship. So I had like five more trips to do to fill the carrier. So I was like, yeah, this is a good time to take a break. When I get back, I'll only have 5 or 6 more to do. And so I was like, all right. So I went and built this creeper farm. I didn't get to finish it before they went home, but I spent, much of the afternoon with them playing Minecraft. So
that's
yeah.
awesome. I'm sure they love it, man.
Oh, they love it. I mean, believe it or not, my grandfather, when I was a teenager, he got sick with the stroke and stuff. And You know, I miss him a lot because when we were kids, you know, like the things I remember about my grandfather was, well, he's very strict. That was one. Like we got our asses kicked if we were bad. It's like, you know, but
Yeah, understandable.
yeah, but you know what? After you got spanked, you were allowed to go back out. You weren't locked in your room. You know, I hated groundation. You know, that is as a discipline, and I've always told my daughter that. Spank your kids, let them out. I said, you know, I hate if you really want to punish your kids, time out. You know, ground them for the day, keep them in their room, and be firm with it, because you know I hated that. Like, you know, I'd rather get the spanking and be able to go back out. I learned my lesson. I'm gonna be good now. You know, but when I was grounded to my room for 2 or 3 hours, that's 2 or 3 hours out of your life that you're never going to get back. You know?
Right.
So, yeah, that's you know, I always thought that was, you know, groundation was more abusive than you know, quick spanking. I'm not talking like abusive, you know, don't make the kid bleed or welt or anything, you know, but spanking, yeah, it's fine. Anyway, I remember my grandfather coming home from work and cutting the grass or doing whatever, and then he'd, you know, after dinner, we'd always go to Dairy Barn every day because they had the old milk crates and the glass bottles and back in that day, you know. And so he'd go up there with 3 or 4 empty milk bottles, and he would, you know, what kind of ice cream you got? And we get the orange fudgesicles or this or that or what, you know, like, and he'd buy 2 or 3 boxes of ice cream. You know, we go back to the house. He'd put them down in the freezer, and then we'd all be sitting around watching TV after dinner or whatever. And he'd be like, "All right, who wants an ice cream?" And we're like, "Me, me, me." You know, he goes, "Go downstairs and grab one." And he goes, "Don't take more than one. I know exactly how many are there." You know, so but that was the memories of my grandfather. And then when he got sick, he wasn't allowed to have chocolate. He would walk up to the local store, which was about 4 or 5 blocks away. He's walking with a cane. He'd walk up to the store, he'd buy himself a candy bar, and then he'd walk down the street to the Laurel Bar. And my grandmother she'd go in there and he'd yell at her, "Right on, go home, right on, go home." He only spoke a few words, "Right on and go home." And so, you know, she'd come home, you know, all upset. He's sitting there getting drunk. He's not allowed to have the sugar. He's not allowed to be drinking. He's just sitting at the bar. So I go, "Come on, Grandma, I'll go get him for you," you know. So she'd drive me up, and, you know, I'm 14 years old, 13 years old, you know. And I'd go sit at the bar next to him and be looking at me. He'd go, "Right on." I'm like, "Yep, right on. How you doing, Grandpa?" I'm like, "I'm here until you go home. I'm supposed to stay here until, you know, to keep you as an escort." And he's like, "Go on." You know, he'd like, "Your grandmother's really doing this, making you babysit me," you know, like that, you know. And I'm like, "Yeah, don't worry." I'm like, you know, and he'd go, you know, like he'd order a soda for me or something, you know. I'd finish my soda real quick, and he'd go, "Come on, let's go." And Grandma'd be sitting out in the parking lot. She's like, "How the hell you get him out of the building so fast?" So every time he went to the bar, she used to come get me to go sit at the bar with him to make him come home.
That's
Yeah,
awesome, dude.
yeah. So, and I used to call him Bumpa. He was my Bumpa. That's where I got Bumpa. You know, I always called him Bumpa.
Well, I mean, fuck, I only know you by like 30,000 different names.
It gets like, but you know, which is the preferred name, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, nobody calls me Striper anymore. You know, I mean, everybody used to call me Striper, and then I had some other people used to call me Ray, because I
I
used
think
to be
Striper
Ragu.
was like that was a big arc. That was back in
Yeah,
the arc days, man.
yeah, yeah. And then I made, you know, and then with Lotro, I made Bumper as my guard, and then I started using that name in some other games and stuff. So, but yeah, and now I got Raisin, which is another one. I made Raisin as a captain on one of the other servers for Lotro. Most of my names came from Lord of the Rings.
And here I am, same name.
Yep, that's fine. There's
Just
nothing wrong
keeping
with
it
that.
just keeping it original.
That's
OG.
right. OG. Well, you got a new one, Blue Pips.
Yeah, blue pips.
So you made a new name.
Helping cure pip dysfunction.
There you go.
All right, am I going to get a pad loitering? Because I'm going to take my sweet ass time coming into this. You know, going back to hand flying this, I can be so much more precise, and I'm so much faster than
and the
letting the
autopilot.
yeah, letting the computer docking do it.
I can't see how you can just like nose in there and just level off. Well, you got the controller. It's probably a lot easier than doing it by mouse, but I
Yeah, it's
can't do
just
it.
for me, it's just a roll, you know.
Yeah, I can't do it. So I have to let the auto. I mean, I could fly in, try and get as close as I can, and a lot of times it'll just, boom, fly in and just end, right? But a lot of times it just shoots me out like 3 kilometers and then starts me over again, and then I'm like, oh, I should have just let it do it in the first place. So, but
9 more loads of CMM composites,
and then you're done, huh?
just of for CMM composites.
Yeah. Like I said, after this, I got aluminum, and then the rest of that steel, and 34 on aluminum, so that's going to be. But I can get that from the station. I won't have to go down to the planet for it. This is, the CMM components are the only thing that I had to get off the planet, really.
You haven't hauled your steel yet?
No, because Gam's got a whole carrier full for me.
Oh, but he's afraid to bring it in because
Yeah, that's what I
of the
said.
hack.
He was supposed to come in today, and I'm like, kind of like, well, you know, I'd be a lot closer to my 100% if you would unload that steel, because, like I know he doesn't have as much room on his carrier as I do, so I could kind of figure out the math. He's probably got like 10K, 10 tons.
But how does he not have as much room? I mean,
Because
aren't all storage modules the same size?
uh, so he's got more stuff on his carrier than I do. Like I don't have cartography. I don't
Okay.
have, yeah, the other
And all
stuff.
that
And
pulls into your storage. Okay, I
I
see now.
think that pulls away from the storage, which I was saying I think is wrong. That's why I said when you get your carrier, when you buy your carrier, before you buy any modules, I want to see what your actual storage is, because I feel like I only purchased, well, like I don't even know. I mean, I got 3930, I think, or yeah, 3930 space taken up. So I got almost 4K taken up. Is that because I have my ship stored on here, or is that because of all the modules I added to the ship? I have
And
no idea.
if you disable that module, it doesn't give you that space back,
It
correct?
does
Just
not give you the space
because you
back. No.
still obtain the module, you're just not utilizing.
Right. So yeah, you're still using the space, you know.
Well, that's stupid.
So that's why I said, like, I kind of think they should have, given us the 25K for cargo. And if you decide, you know, you don't want to have cartography, okay, we'll give you an extra ton. You don't need this, okay, we'll give you an extra ton. Oh, you don't want a shipping, storage facility, we'll give you 5 tons. But you know what I mean? So you can actually have, 30, 40, tons of cargo space if you don't use those other things. I don't think they should be punishing us by taking space away, actual cargo space, because this is supposed to be like, you know, you're supposed to be able to take your carrier out to a place that doesn't have anything and be able to use it as a portable space station. But you
Right.
can't really utilize it as a portable space station if you only have room for 10,000 worth of commodities. What kind of space station is that going to be?
Well, I mean, you can. You're gonna do it at 21, 22 tons at a time, 22,000 tons at a time.
Well, that's if I don't like I said, if I don't have cartography and I don't have all the other stuff, like
Right, but you want
a portable,
cartography because if
right?
you're
And
using it
so,
as a portable station, you want to be able to turn
right,
that stuff in.
right. So you have a portable station that has cartography, but it also probably has a lot more space for commodities, more than 20 times. You know what I mean? More than 20 tons
So I
as a
would
space
think
station,
that they would offer a module that allowed, like, you could
more space.
purchase, yeah, for space.
Yeah, I don't see anything where I can buy that. You know, and maybe they'll do it in the future. Just like they said, right now they got us limited to 500 light year jumps, and they got us limited to, 15 light years from any civilization. They may change that later.
I need to see what
And
nebula that is in front of me. That's pretty.
pretty start heading toward it. You mean like, yeah, because might find some Guardian stuff.
Looks like it's Taurus Dark region.
Really,
Oh no, it's Witch Head.
Which head, huh?
Yeah, it's Witch Head, and then there's like three other nebulas right there with it. But it's I don't know. It's real. I like the way it looks. It's crazy that that's fucking 40, 50 jumps away from me. Like even in my Mandalay, where I'm
Oh,
getting 70 light years. It's wild.
it's like I don't understand why. All right, so they charge you $50 to give you a pre-built station, so you don't have to do any of the work. But why limit it to one? I mean, if some guy's got the ability to want to make 10 stations, why not take $1,000 off his hands? You know, if he wants to spend $1,000 to own 10 systems, let him do it. You know,
No
what the
shit.
hell? I mean, you know.
But
But
could
then
you
again, I guess.
imagine like fucking trying to build 10 systems at once?
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you already have a pre-built station, then you really could. Like because you're already going to be having income coming in, and you could basically pick and choose which ones are doing the best and work on those first, and then work on the weaker ones later.
Yeah. Well, I think, excuse me, after I do this one, I think I'm going to work on a planetary based so I
Yep.
can, in hopes of getting the refinery system going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least that's the plan. And then once I get the refinery system going, and hopefully it's producing some of the stuff that we need, because I would like to build one of the Coriolises closer to the star.
So, like, what you need to do is have your first. So, you need two planetaries. You need a planet that's got two. You'll need to do a small station above it, orbiting it, probably. And when you do the planetary one, you'll want to do like a colony one. And then the second one would be a refinery, so that the refinery would do like iron ore, and the colony would produce steel.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and see, I think if I'm not mistaken, I think that's what I'll tell you here in just a minute. I think that's what the role was on this one. I thought I seen somewhere where it said that it was a colony.
Yeah.
So if that be the case, then that's gonna work out almost perfect. Because once I do my planet based shit, I might be going in too deep. Okay, I'm in orbital cruise, so I'm all right. Just need to nose down a little bit. And, what the hell? Okay, okay, never mind. We're good. I was like, dude, it just dropped me out of fucking orbital cruise at like 1,000 kilometers away, but that should put me right out where I need. But I can always increase my glide a little bit to extend that out. Oh yeah, that's yeah, about 100 kilometers out is about the magic number. Holy shit, I'm coming in smoking hot. Whew, that was scary.
Oh yeah, it doesn't like slow you down till it gets to like 16, 15. Then it starts to tell you it's slowing you down, but you're like, oh my God, I'm gonna hit. And then all of a sudden, the last second, it just goes, it slows you down, but you're there.
Yeah, I
Right?
thought I was smoking this thing.
Yeah. But it stops you. At maximum capacity. As I heard landing gear retracted, I went, "Meow." It's like I didn't even get like a foot off the ground.
Did you see what these CMM composites are selling? Like just up in orbit at Schilling's Reach?
They don't sell them in orbit. They'll buy
No,
them.
they'll buy them, yeah, and they're
Yeah.
almost 2K more. That'd be a good way to make a fuck ton of money.
Where are they selling them? Right in the same system?
Yeah, right at Schilling's Reach.
Really?
And then Ridgeway Depot is only buying them for $657 credit profit. I'm sorry, $2 credit profit. Yeah, consumed by Schilling's Reach for $6,886 a piece.
These colonization ships, they take them. I'll tell you how much we're getting for them. You should be getting them for the same price as me.
I'll tell you what I'm giving for him here. Just 1 second. $49.90 per.
You're selling them for 49? No
No,
way.
no, 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 no. I'm selling them for way more than that, but I'm paying $49.9 for them. I'm only making about $1 million a run on it because I'm
Yeah.
buying them for like I want to say it's like 5.5 mil to load up the cargo hold, and then when
Yep.
I get back, I'm selling them for like 6.7, so maybe like a mil point two.
So I'm doing 11.79. So they're selling for 67.88 here at my carrier. So when I do it, it's 8,003,052 credits for selling 1,100,
Your cargo
almost
holds
1,200.
1,100.
11.79. Yeah.
How the fuck do you get it that high?
So I have the bonus 8 and the bonus 7 cargoes in mine.
Well, how do you get those? I
Uh,
like bonuses.
yeah, you can get them. Yeah, you're allowed. You're allowed one of each, right? Yeah. Let me see if I can show you where they are. It'd be under. Is it under modules? Yeah. No, it wouldn't be modules. They don't list. Yeah, cargo rack. MK2 cargo rack, 384. So your 250 is uh bigger. So instead of a 256, I have a 384, right? It's an 8D. I have an 8E, and then I have a 7D, which is instead of 128, it's a 192 cargo rack. That's an MK. It's a Mark II cargo rack. And what you need to do is look on Anora for the Mark II um, D versions of the 8 and 7 cargo racks and where you get them. And then
See,
you
I
go there and
have
buy them.
A Mark II cargo rack 8D.
Okay, so if you have the 8D, you already have 384 for that one.
Yes, sir.
And then you should have another 8E, which gives you 256.
256. Yep.
Right? And then you should have a 7D,
Which is
which
a
gives
Mark
you
II.
192.
Yep.
And then a 7E, which gives you 128.
No, I have after the 7D, I have a 6E at
Yeah.
64, another 6E at 64, a
Yeah.
5E at 32, then a 4E. But I want to say that I took something. I think
So
that's my fault because I think I took something off to put
yeah,
something
something
on.
into place. Yeah. So if you did like a fuel scoop or something like that, you might have taken your opportunity of having a six and done that.
I want
But
to
like
say this
so,
thing came with a fuel scoop.
yeah. So I have two eights, two sevens, two sixes, two fives, a four. Those are my cargoes.
Okay, yeah. See, I have two eights, a seven, two sixes, a five, and then a four.
Yeah. So you're missing an extra five and an extra seven. Plus my five is from that thing. So it's actually, it says 32, but it's supposed to give me more. And I don't know why it's not giving me more.
Do you remember if that Ridgeway, Ridge, whatever station up there? You remember if it had shit? Because now I kind of want to go see what the hell.
They might have stuff to modify stuff because I had taken I put my shields back on over there. So I was able to put my shields back on there. So you might be able to get stuff from them,
Okay, let me see what I
and
can do here.
change your cargo thing around. If you get in there and you want to, like, you want me to share my screen so you can see what I got, I'll do it. I'll just stop at my ship and do it for you.
Okay, yeah, I might take you up on that because I mean, I know it's not much. It's like
Yeah,
it's like 100 ton more, but it's a hundred
but
ton
every
more.
right,
Every
so
10
every
trips is
10
a
trips
1,000 ton.
is a free trip for you. Yeah, you know. And that's like me. I had gotten rid of my shields and put an extra 6 on there, which gave me 64. But then I'm like, yeah, I wasn't taking damage at first, but when that stupid ship got stuck in there, I almost lost my carrier. I was like, nope, not doing it. Yeah, it's like,
Yeah, I
nope,
try
I'm
to
not
go
messing.
under the deck now.
Yeah,
I
three,
don't want to
two.
align with the fucking escape vector. Just sucks because I'm loaded now, so now I'm kind of worried about going in to here because I'm hauling.
Oh, going back into a station.
Yeah, and risks of
Well, you have shields, right?
I do.
Yeah. You take all your cannons and stuff off.
I have. Yeah, I don't think I have. I mean, I'll tell you. I'll be able to tell you a little more here in just a few, but I'm almost certain that I took all of my hard points off.
Yeah,
Took all my
I
hard
got.
points off. I've got the grade 5 FSD, but I cannot remember for the life of me if I put the Guardian on.
Oh, that's the other thing. I took my Guardian thing off of here for a 4. Well, you have a 5. That's probably where your 5 is missing from. So I have a 4 Guardian for this, and so I have it in storage. So I got an extra 16 cargo space here.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I just figured while I'm doing this, I don't need the extra 10, light years jump because I'm not jumping 10. You know what I mean? I'm only
Right
jumping back
now,
and forth.
no.
Yeah. So I just took that off. I took that and my shields off, and it gained me 100. And right now, like I said, I still have my frame shift drive off, so that'll give me 16 back. I'll take 16 away. Normally, I'm 1132 when I'm set up. So
Which is still good.
yeah, I think I also took my um, fuel scoop off too. That's why I'm so high. Carrier services.
I gotta
Yeah.
find the entrance to this damn thing. there's its rotational axis. Of course, I'd be on the fucking backside of
I'm always on the backside of them cubes. That's why I won't get one.
it.
I will not get a cube for a station. You know.
That's what your
And
Dodeck is.
what?
Yeah, the Dodeck is looks identical to this.
No, I'm not going to be a cube.
Are you gonna put the hammers on it?
No, it's going to be rounded on the front. It's not a cube.
Oh my gosh! Now I can't find it.
That's why I let it autopilot to it. If you already turned it off, though, you can't, right?
I did it. Oh shit! Oh, I knew that was gonna happen. I
What'd
just.
you do?
Oh
You
my god! I am
you
still
nailed
fucking
somebody.
pummeling this thing. Come on, let me
It's
have
like
it.
I know, right? You bang into the side of the station, then it's like bang, bang, bang. It's like, please let me get off. Please let me
Well,
get off.
it rolled up like right
Yeah,
as I was coming through, and one of those like antennas like caught the side of it. I'm like, fuck!
yeah.
It knocked my shields down. Ship scan detected. Hopefully, that's just. Dude, this is so stupid. Yeah, it was the federal security. There it is. You can see the banners. I wonder what that's going to cost me to fucking fix.
Yeah, right?
I'm going to hand fly this bitch inside this little cage, too. I mean, I've already done enough damage, so. Landing pad 2, there's me. Tell you what I have here in just a moment. Okay, so all of my hard points are empty. I have nothing in hard points. Those are those optional internal?
They're optional. Yes.
Okay, yeah. So my Guardian frame shift drive booster is a 5.8. That's what I took out.
Yep. So that would be, if you had a 5 in there, you'd get an extra 32. So that's all you get.
And then I put a fuel scoop in.
See, I don't have a fuel scoop either.
I put
That's
a
probably in your 6.
6, yeah.
What do you got for shield? Is it 6 also? Or
Shield
7?
generator is a 7.
Yeah, so that's where you lost the 7 also. So my shield generator's a 6. I have a 6D for lightness, right? And it's enough to keep my shields up. And then I have a 7, which is 128 cargo in that spot. And then I don't have a fuel scoop right now, and I don't have my frame shift drive in there.
Hmm. And I can store both of those just to put more in here. Okay.
Yeah, because if you did that, you'd get, um, if you get a 7, You'd get a 128 and then 64 for a
Okay,
6, right?
so okay, let me think here. Okay,
Wait, your other
so
thing's a 5, right?
my other thing's a 5, yep. And then I
So
can
it's a,
take my
so
fuel scoop off, which will give me another. Okay, so my frame shift drive. Okay, let's store that module. And then let's put in a
a 5,
5E
right? That would be, yep, that would be 32.
32. Ah, you bitch. Wrong button. Okay, and then I will go to my 6. I cannot store that module.
You can't store your fuel scoop?
No, because it came with the pre-built ship.
Oh, so that means
So
you have
let's
to sell it.
swap that module. I can't even swap it. Okay. So I'll just sell the module. And then I will put.
Oh, I
Do I?
put on my 6, I put a shield generator. And then I have where the 7 is a 128
Okay,
cargo
so
rack.
you freed up the 7.
By selling the shield generator there,
Gotcha.
right? And then made a 128 cargo rack, and then I put a 6 for a shield generator.
See, I can't even. Pre-built ship modules cannot be stored. Swap module, I can't even swap it.
Yeah, because that's the same thing as storing it. You
Oh
have to
shit.
sell them, but you
Yep.
can buy them back, right? And
Yep.
yours is a buy. Yeah, so you're going to have a buyback on this if you want to keep it built this way. That's one of the reasons why I don't like the store bought ones. They're great if you're going to be in like a place where you know you're going to get yourself killed. But yeah,
Okay, so and then I can put a 6E cargo rack in to give me another 64. What other shit can I pull out?
I'd say you just want the 7 and the 6 and the 5. That's the 3. You should have. It should tell you what your cargo space is right now. You should have increased it. You should be close to 1,200, if not 1,200.
Yeah, I'm trying to look and see. That's C total mass. Cargo capacity 1,232 tons.
Yeah, 1,200, 32. Yeah. So now you just increased just because you were at 1,003 before or 1,008.
Yep.
So
So
yeah,
now, since I'm here, I might as well buy something else that I need, like these insulating membranes at 113.
there you go. All right, I'm gonna go have a smoke, and I will be back.
Yes, sir. I might do the same here as soon as I load this shit up before I take off.
Be right back.
Yes, sir.
Just remember, if you go with no shield, you gotta be real careful. You're not here. 4. Maximum capacity.
I am back, bumper.
Welcome back.
Thank you, thank you.
I was just saying when I came back and you weren't here, I said, just remember, you're running without shields.
Yeah, I stayed in the station.
Yeah. Well, no, you're going to be going in and out that envelope or
Oh yeah,
whatever.
yeah. I got.
Yeah.
I
Be
better turn.
careful.
I better turn on automatic.
Yeah. You know, don't try and do any of them superhero fucking landings like you were doing the other day.
Yeah, because when they go wrong, they go wrong.
You'll be going kaboom.
when when it's all good, it's all good. When it's all bad, it's all
It's all
bad.
bad. It's all bad.
That whoopsie just cost me 80,000, which I didn't think was too bad. 290.90. I swear, I wish they had like a way you could do like a recently visited,
Oh yeah.
because the punching the shit in every time sucks. Because like the Rego, like the B24-0, I don't know that one by heart yet, so I still go to Anara and copy it.
I used to copy in the map if you can find it, you know, or keep it in my favorites.
Yeah, for some, I don't know, Bumble. My map doesn't work correct half the fucking times. So, like, even if it's favorited, it doesn't illuminate a star for me to click on. So I don't know what the fuck. That planet that we're going to get these CMM composites.
Yeah,
That's an ugly bitch.
ugly planet. Yeah,
Oh god, yeah, it looks like fucking mud.
yeah,
Mud with mold growing on it.
I know.
I want to go check out that water world that's in my system.
And- yeah,
I think that'd be cool.
kind of
But
orbit it.
yeah, just see what's up. I mean, I'll try to land on it.
You, all you're gonna do is just sit there and infinitely be landing. You know, it won't let you on it. I've tried landing on planets that weren't landable. Yeah, it just seems like it's forever getting in there, and you just sit there forever and just you never make any, you know, progress going anywhere.
As I say, I about imagine they don't have a really great atmosphere, correct? Like the gravity on them's probably
Got to be
not
enough
very good.
gravity to hold water.
Yeah.
I
It.
just can't
I
wait
mean,
for
I
them to
guess it
start letting us.
depends if it's tidally locked. Then no, because it's not rotating in orbit.
Yeah, I just can't wait for them to let us start, you know, turning these things into landable planets.
Yeah.
You know, imagine what we're going to have to do to that. You know, they're probably going to have to let us land on them and plant some kind of plant. You know, to convert them, or give us some kind of probe that we're going to have to launch into the system so that we can land.
Like create like a bog that we can land on.
Yeah, or you know, um, maybe some kind of like bacteria that grows, give you oxygen or something. You know, I don't know.
'Cause I can say that I do like my star because it's
Fuel
like a
scoopable.
no, it's just it's not one of the yellow stars
Yeah,
like the sun per se. It's more of a it's a white star,
right.
and I like that. I think it just I don't know. It looks cool when you jump into it.
61% country.
61%, huh? Damn, you're cruising. Well, that carrier is helping you tenfold.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I don't have to jump four times, three times, four times, you know, each trip. But at the same time, I'm double humping everything. I got to hump it onto the carrier, then hump it back off the carrier.
Right,
So
right.
yeah, I'm losing time there. But
The crazy thing is, now that you showed me to take that shield generator and stuff off, Like that's a huge help because now my cargo capacity is it's 200 above what it was. So now
Right.
it's every 5 trips I'm getting a free.
Yep. With a bigger risk.
It is a bigger risk,
Yeah.
and
Because
especially knowing that the last couple of times that I jumped into my system, I did get scanned,
a little thing. Yeah.
but I was able to get away. So,
Yeah. I have never been caught. So, and you know, like I said, I as soon as somebody scans me, I hit my thing to cool down.
oh, your heat sinks.
Yeah, you hit the heat sinks because then they have to retarget you. They can't scan you when you're cold. So as soon as you get scan detected, you hit the heat sink, boom, right away. And then a couple seconds later, it'll say scan detected because they're trying to get you again. But by that time, you're already jumped out. You know, it's like, whatever.
Well, and that's kind of what I was thinking. Like, by the time he actually knocked my frame shift drive, I was so close that I just had to bob and weave a little bit, hit my tab button, and a couple of times just to gain a little bit of speed on him. And then once I did that, I was able to jump right in. So I was good. He didn't, and then he went on like he didn't do anything. It was just the inconvenience of being knocked out of fucking Super Cruise because I felt that I was making good time. I want to check that system HR 2137. Actually, I'm jumping into it now so I
Is
can
that the
be.
other one that you were gonna do?
Maybe no, because I think the other one that I was going to do was a Rego.
Mm. Like I said, I want to see. Well, we're probably not going to know until Thursday, but I want to see if we get um, the person that we need in our station to expand with. You know, a colonization
Right.
person. Because if that's the case, now we've just moved the bubble to 15 light years from us instead of 15 light years from the other thing. You know, we might find a couple other stations
Well, I just
out from.
honked in here and I got 12 bodies. It looks like I've discovered one. I'm not seeing it though. It looks like a water world. Because it's showing up blue. There is definitely a ringed planet. Maybe a
Yeah.
couple.
Blue on the bar usually means a water world when you're
Yeah,
doing
they're
an FS scan.
definitely, yeah, they're blue on the bar. And then there's one over. All right. That is gas giant with water based life, but no ring. There's a class 3 gas giant. That's weird. There's the water world. Yeah, that is a water world. gas giant. This one's not too promising with ringed planets. No, these are all gas giants, Bumpa.
I say I want to go find one that's got another, another system's got a bunch of planets on it.
Fuck.
What happened?
I got interdicted. And I have no idea where the escape vector is for it. Fuck. He knocked me out.
Doesn't it put the blue dot for you?
No. Oh, there is a blue dot. Okay, deployed heat sink. Come on. Nope, because there he is. Fuck off, dude. Oh, as soon as I can fucking frame shift drive out of here, I am fucking gone ski. Oh, I'm taking damage.
Hitting you?
Yeah, he's. Hang on, I'm almost. All right, there we go. I should have known better than to stop right there. And if
Yeah,
it
you
says
shouldn't be
scan
stopping when you got cargo.
that.
Nobody will bother you when you're empty, and they know when you got shit on you.
I fucking knew better than that. But hopefully I can get my heat to dissipate here. Just if I can get it to drop 1%, I'm going to initiate my jump. There we go. Yeah, my star is a blue-white star. Jesus. Why is it that some of these jumps just take for fucking ever?
I know.
I wonder if it's like a desync in the server.
I don't know. It's like, you'd think like some of these jumps are like, instead of being like your maximum distance, it's like 7 light years. And it's like, it just feels like it takes you 3 times as long to get through the jump.
Yeah, like that one there, like, I don't know. Usually it has to be server desync or something. Because like that one was, I just kept flying and flying and flying. And I'm like, fuck it. I know it normally doesn't take this long.
Yeah, like every time you jump in and out of a system, you're basically jumping in and out of an instance. So it's supposed to help keep the lag down.
Well, and I'm sure they need all the help they get with these Amazon servers. Fuck, and I still didn't go far enough. So I face this problem every time I come in because the way that the system is laid out. So, like when I super cruise assist into the carrier, right, the colonization carrier, I
Yeah.
come in towards a planet and it puts me so close to the gravitational ring that, like, it slows me the fuck down. Like the gravity's pulling me to the gas planet,
And then once you get around it, it
then
speeds
it
you up.
speeds back up. And it's like
Yep.
I try to swing out and wide and come in a little more straighter.
Yep.
So if anything, the gravitational pull was pulling me to the planet, pulling me closer faster. But I haven't gotten the gravity warning yet. So I might have went just enough. Cuz like I tried to rotate my ship around in hopes that it would keep me a little further away. So I try to go into it with the cockpit facing the top of the cockpit to the planet, and opposed to the wingtip being out there.
Right. Yeah, you fly inverted into the planet.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to engineer this machine or this ship, the old Chris P. Taco. Wonder why they fly in the way they do. Like the auto docking computer flies you straight to the landing pad and then rolls you into it. That's weird. It seems like an odd maneuver.
Yeah, you nosedive into the landing pad, right?
Yep. And then it like rotates you around. I feel like that would.
Well, that's why when like I always come swing myself around the carrier, I do my, auto landing and I get my nose pointed right at it the best I can, and then I hit my, halt and let it just finish it off. Most of the time it works pretty good.
Jesus, dude. So that load there of 1,008 CMM composites, 113 insulating membranes, and 111 liquid oxygen, 8 million.
Yep.
I've got 8,435 more CMM fucking composites to haul. I can say that we'll be fucking professionals when it comes time to
I
planetary
think so.
landings.
The next couple are gonna go quick. I don't even know if we're like, can you imagine? I don't know if we're supposed to go and like how you do a planetary one, like are we gonna have to land and, at some site? I have no idea how a planetary one goes.
Jesus, I hope not. Oh, I was like, wait a fucking minute here, Bumpa. I gained an extra jump
Yeah, you're heavier now.
to get to that um, B24-0.
Yeah, because you're heavier. Got a lot more cargo.
I took my frame shift drive off too, my Guardian drive.
Uh,
So that's gonna lose me a jump.
oh yeah, about, yeah.
Oh well. No use crying over fucking spilled milk. I'd rather get the shit hauled. I'm about fucking overhauling this shit, man. It'd be cool if it was like a jump away, but fucking 4 jumps there, 6 jumps back, or 5 jumps back. I didn't even pay attention to what it was on the way back. Fucking sucks. It's time consuming. Well, better honk this one because I haven't been here before. 13 bodies. I'm empty, so let's we're gonna DSS scan it.
With an empty cargo.
Yep, I'm empty, so okay, this one's got a ringed planet. Activities, exploration, and mining. And another ringed planet. Oh my gosh, that one's a possible 3 belt, 2 belt. That's a good one. Okay, here's an icy body with several rings on it. This might be a good one. This one's full of icy bodies, Bumpa.
All planets?
Yeah. Here, this is the first one that's been a rocky body. Rocky body.
That's a good question for Chat GPT is what systems are good for colonizations? You know, what kind of bodies are we looking for? You know, do you want metal rich? Do you want icy? Do you want, you know,
I
things
think
that
we're
have
doing it right for like what we're wanting to do and creating that economy because we want those metal rich because we got to have something to mine.
yeah.
But
They also say icy body ones are good too because you can land on them and they also might have minerals and I never even looked to see, you know, what people have on these things.
belt cluster 4, 5. There can't be 9 belt clusters here, is there? Yeah, I think there is. It's too bad belt clusters aren't worth a fuck. Let's see what I just mapped. No, so it's all the same. No. So this one's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 landable planets, one with atmosphere. So all of these, even the icy bodies, can have
Nations.
can have stations put on them. So I bet I wonder if these are this this system will hold 19 orbitals and 13 system based. I might have to bookmark this one, Bumpa.
Okay.
because it's icy body. I'm wondering, like, I feel like I should go in and FSS scan the icy bodies and see if
Oh, map them.
yeah, and see if they do like make sure they're not tritium based.
I don't know. Can you get tritium off a planet?
I
I
don't
always
know.
thought tritium came from asteroids, icy asteroid belts. And that's like the other thing. You know how like some of the asteroid belts they have a instead of like a hot spot, they have a that other thing. I forget what it's called now off the top of my head. Everybody goes there to get to the pirates. It's a specialized zone or something. I'm wondering if people actually have to, like add that, like a mining zone or something.
Stations cannot mine tritium in Elite Dangerous.
Right. So you have to put up a refinery colony.
Yeah, tritium supply appears at stations based on refinery systems are the best.
Right. So you have a refinery system. Gam was telling me there's like 11 different kinds of commodities, or not commodities.
Okay, I'm gonna go scan this. I'm gonna go scan these rings, dude, because now I'm really wondering.
Yeah.
Shit. I gotta make sure I have that module. Nope. See, I don't have an FSS scanner. I have ECM, heat sink, data link scanner, comp scanner, D scanner, and the SE suite.
Yeah, that goes in your optional modules. I don't have one on this ship either.
Okay, well, I'm gonna at least bookmark it. I bookmarked it as claim me.
There you go.
Oh yeah. We're cranking and banking and yanking, burning, turning. We're some freight, space freight hauling mother suckers.
That's right.
Do you have to haul any water?
I don't have any more water
No
needed.
water? What about
I got all
coffee?
my water. Nope, I got liquid oxygen. I got to do some.
Ah, you better go get you a coffee pot.
Yeah, get the coffee pot going. This should make me 64%.
Have you figured out yet? Are you gaining about a percent a load? Is that what you're gaining?
It's almost a percent. Sometimes I have to skip a load.
Ugh.
So it's like, yeah, I would say it's not a full percent. It's like probably like 85 or 80, you know, 0.8 of a percent every time I do one. And it also depends on the commodity too. So like when I was doing the water and the other stuff, it was like I did 5 or 6 loads and it wasn't that like the percentage bar wasn't going up at all. Like what's going on?
See, I
So
did notice like when we were hauling the fucking steel, like the steel was
yeah,
really
that's
cruising
bringing
the
it up.
bar up.
Well, you think about it because it's got to be mostly steel, right? Mostly steel and titanium based items, or it's going to make the actual ship, right? And then the rest of the stuff, you know, oxygen, liquid oxygen, that's going to keep your, you know, the insides functioning. You know, it's going to be in a tank somewhere.
Yeah, those are commodities
Yeah, like a different commodity in
or
there. But yeah, the
consumables per
steel.
se.
Yeah, a lot of the aluminum is going to be part of, you know, the station itself. You know, some parts of the station are going to be built out of aluminum. But yeah, you know, like I'm guessing all the decking, it's all going to be made of steel plating and probably like where you dock is going to have some titanium in it to make it a little bit more durable for where the landings are going. You know, we, I'm just trying to
Especially
think
with the way I
logically.
land.
Yeah, you know, putting skid marks in the freaking
I
thing the
know
whole
that's
time.
right. They're gonna have to have something to scrape the rubber off.
Hmm.
Hopefully that's what the titanium's for. Because that shit's pretty tough. Oh god, I feel like I'm coming in way too hot for Jesus. I am coming in smoke. Okay, there we go. I was gonna say I finally got it slowed down. I'm like, because I turned off super or orbit
Yeah.
because I didn't want to orbit, but I was coming in way too hot, and I knew it was gonna fucking. I was just gonna skip
So
that.
it sucks. You can't slow it down and take the orbit, you know, off.
Yep.
You have to take the orbit off and then try and slow down real quick.
Yeah, 100 kilometers. That was a good call, Bumpo. Like that gets you. It's putting me within 6 to 7 kilometers every time.
Every time.
I
Yeah.
mean, close enough to request docking.
Yeah.
I can extend it out a little bit if I feel like it's going to be short just by.
The hardest part I have is like sometimes I try to, you know, like I can't go in full 75% throttle. Otherwise, it's going too fast and then it completely fails everything. Right. And then it drops me right out of Super Cruise. It drops me right out of Glide. And then I'm just manually riding in at 300 whatever meters a second. And then I got to fly back out, get my Super Cruise going again, and then try again. So I come in at like maybe 30% throttle. And then as I'm coming in and I'm gradually sloping around the side of the planet, I'm tapping the gas pedal up a little bit, till I get about 80. And then once I get into, you know, um, the last part where they go into, you got to super cruise and go into glide mode, then I just full throttle it up, you know, because it goes up to 2,500. So yeah, that's the only problem I have is struggling with the speed coming in.
Yeah, so what I did was I just kicked it out of Super Cruise, or kicked it out, yeah, Super Cruise, so I would deactivate the orbit because I don't want to fucking orbit. Deactivated the orbit and then just immediately pulled my throttles back, but continued on the glide to go into orbital cruise, and it
Yeah.
seemed to work all right.
Oh, I'm gonna hit. Oh, I missed it.
Oh man, it's so nice, dude. Like, that's a lot of extra space.
Uh,
224 tons is 224 tons, bud.
yeah, it does add up over time when you're doing a lot of hauling.
Hip.
And it also makes a huge difference too when you're doing like when you're trying to make money. If you're making like $1 million a ton, yeah, 12 tons is an extra 12 million a trip, which is nice. Or even if it was half a million,
Oh
still,
my God, dude.
still
There's
nice.
no fucking way. No, I've got to have a setting wrong or something. It's telling me 8 jumps now.
What?
Yeah, it's telling me 8 jumps with hip 290 from this planet. Fuck off. Man, that's almost not worth the extra weight. That's 3 additional jumps. So I basically gained 4 jumps
Yeah.
because it's an additional back.
Well, then get rid of your 5 cargo and put your, what do you call it, back on? Your Guardian drive. And go with, what is it, 64 less. And then you'll be
Yeah.
where I'm at, pretty much.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to have to do because that's holy fuck. Like five
I mean,
jumps is enough.
yeah. Yeah, I was looking at, I thought one of the next stations had CMM components on a planet, and I was like, oh, cool. But apparently, when I was looking on Inara, I apparently didn't select my system, and it was from Seoul. And I was like, oh, 8 light years isn't that far away. It must be the one that we, bought the station from. It wasn't, because I was like, well, shit, instead of me jumping, you know, 21 times back and forth between my carrier, I'll just jump one, system to one system, because I
Right.
have no idea what's on that other, you know, um, system as far as commodities, if they have anything to sell us. Because if they do, it might be worth it for me to just jump back and forth between there instead of load my carrier up and then unload it.
Which system? All the systems that we're like.
The one we purchased this system from, uh, the KN whatever it was, the system that we purchased,
Oh, I thought it
you
was
know,
this one.
no, That's 100 light years away. We have to be within 15 light years of the system we're doing.
Oh, well, then I might have to go do some fucking exploring, dude, because.
You know, there was a station that we landed on it over there to check the bubble out. I'm landing, so I'll tell you. I saved it, so I do have it here.
Yeah, let me know what it's called.
HR 2137. That's where we bought our tickets for these stations, and they have.
Really? That's the one that I've jumped in and out of there fucking 200 times.
Yeah.
Like it's in my path of jumps to get where I need to go.
So they only have. Oh yeah. So okay, that's why we won't do it. They only have Bauman City. And I remember when you went into Bauman City, you were like, "Oh, 255 light seconds away. I'm
Oh
going to be
yeah,
here a minute." They only have one station in that whole system, and it's that one. So it would not be worth doing it because you'd be there forever trying to get in. Getting there, yeah, and then you could just jump right out, but you'd be spending a long time getting to that one station.
right.
So, but yeah, they got a bunch of stuff in here, bunch of planets. As far as what I see, there's only two planets that can actually are landable, and they do have, I think, an Earth-like planet. Yeah, they got a water world, and that's where they ended up putting a station off of it. It's orbiting a water world.
Huh. So I wonder why they did that. That seems
Well, I
kind
think
of odd.
just like you and I, we didn't get to pick where our
Right.
first station is, and they only got one station there, so they're just starting out.
Now I understand why.
Yeah, maybe that's why they haven't gotten anywhere. But there is a couple more habitable. Economy is military. What's this one? This one's industrial economy. High tech economy. But the populations are low
What
on
high
these,
tech
so I don't.
economy?
Yeah, there's a high tech
Well, that's
economy.
good because that should have all of our big um, FSD boosters. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
all
it's
that.
30 light years from me. So, and it's actually on the way to the other station that we were going to. You know, I just started following because I have lines. I don't know if my screen's still visible to you.
Yeah,
But you can see I have a direct line from where I jumped from, and I'm clicked on here, this one, and I was just kind of following the line up and down to see if there was any other, purples like this one here. That one is
that's a refinery.
industrial slash refinery are the economies. Those are two different economies.
Can you view
All
the
right,
system map on that one?
I
Well,
don't
probably
have it.
not because you haven't been there.
I haven't visited it. You've probably visited these. Okay, this one's industrial, but it's got no state is nothing. It's got low security. It's got population, so we wouldn't be able to claim it. But all of these. But these are all the ones that are on the way there. Here's another industrial.
Right, but higher population means higher commodities.
Possibly, yes. Well, you get more money back, right? So this one's a militaristic one, and that's one of the ones that I took on a weird jump thing. Industrial. So, but there's that nebula you were looking at, Horsehead.
Yep. And
Yeah,
Orion's Nebula,
yeah. There's a
Bernard's
bunch of them.
New Loop.
They're way out there. That's this one.
I was
That one.
almost to Horsehead.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I broke off and started going over to that California Nebula.
So we're pretty much elevated from where we were, from Cook. We're elevated up a little bit. in our systems on the plane.
Yep.
So, but we're like you're further out than I am. So if your system actually has a 'cause this is your system here, HIP 2990, you're further away from Colonia and all that than I am. I'm a little bit closer than the station that we purchased it from, but I'm also higher up, so like
Right. So
I'm
now that
able,
covers our
my
15
bubble
light years higher, and then mine covers us 15
15
light
light
years
years
out.
further out. Yeah. That's why I said it's pretty cool that we did this, did two together. So you can go further out and I can go further up and we could see what's better and then, work off of that. And like I said, if we can get these systems to work together where they're doing trades, oh my God, we'll be making some good money. So, yeah. But what you need to do is make sure you hit your realistic mode on your map, and that should put all the dots back. And you also got to turn your filters off. Uh, where was that now? Is it this one? Or is it this one?
I am such a fucking dumbass.
What?
I wanted to sell CMM composites up here to get me down to the weight that I needed to be.
Yeah,
And I sold the weight
too
that I
much.
wanted to be and not the weight that I had minus what I wanted to be.
I did the same mistake. Yep, you gotta. Yeah, it makes you think like, oh, I only want to sell 10, and you sell everything but 10, right?
Yep.
Yep, and now you got to buy it all back, and you probably lost a ton of money.
No, because remember, this station buys it for.
Oh, your station? You did it at your carrier?
No, 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 no. I come over to that Ridgeport. So
Oh,
I actually only gained 2 credits per, but I didn't lose any money, but I sure as hell
but now you got
didn't gain any.
yeah, and now you can't buy. I don't think you can buy it back either if they don't sell it.
So I need to put a 5.
That's what you need to get. Yeah, you need to get rid of a 5 cargo and put your Guardian thing back on. That's why I went with a 4 because the difference between a 4 and a 5. So 5 adds 10.1 or 10.2 light years. A 4 is 9.8. So it's like you're talking like not even a half, a light year difference. Except now I don't have to give up for at least this ship anyway. For my hauler, I don't have to give up, the extra 32 cargo, you know, for a higher slot. So that's why I went with a 4 for this one.
Okay. I
But
gotta.
it's something
Okay.
to think about later. You could still use the Guardian one, the 5 on another ship, and then go get a 4 for this one. They have them all the way down to a 1, but the ones are like useless. You know,
Equip this module. Okay.
I'm gonna go have a smoke.
Mm-hmm.